If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
So it's the fall, it's time to harvest our fall no-dig potatoes. Now I'm not expecting a whole lot of anything from these potatoes, not because the potatoes weren't good, just because we've had very unsuccessful growth of potatoes over the last couple of years, and that will make the final decision that we're not going to grow potatoes of any volume in the garden anymore. We can get them at our natural health food store for a reasonable price and get a lot for a very little cost, and we can utilize other parts of the garden for more productive and valuable plants. So what we've done here, how this worked, we have straw here. This is part of the no-dig. We had garlic here in the spring. We harvested the garlic, we removed the weeds, then we just placed the potatoes on top of the soil, fertilized accordingly, and then laid straw, not hay, straw down on top of it, mounded it up. Plants grew through that, did their normal cycle, died back down. So now the procedure, instead of spending time digging the soil and fighting through that, we will just simply rake back the leaves, or the straw, and expose the potatoes and see what we have. And that's how easy it is. Now, I've got potatoes all the way over here. You can see I've got creeping Charlie in here. I've got some kind of squash vine that's tangled up. Straw's just going to stay in the garden. It will break down. You can see the potatoes are not that bad. And we've done this type of potato growing before, and it works much, much better than doing the whole dig them up and fight with the soil. And so all we do to harvest them, that one's been ate, so we won't use that. We just harvest them like this, much easier. Very small potatoes, expecting that. These were not on a irrigation system. That can be part of the contributing factors, but also just the unsuccessfulness that we have had with potato growing. All right, what else we got here? That's all, there's some here. This is just half, this is a little less than half the bed here, so I'm going to finish harvesting these here. Pull back the rest of the straw, harvest them, and some of these are are in the ground slightly, so we can just slightly pop them up. There, that's what I was looking for. And we want to get as many out as possible so they don't regrow next year. All right, so I'm going to get the rest of these dug up, or scrape back, come back and show you what we ended up with for our no-dig. Now, if you're successful in growing potatoes in your area, this would be a great way to go about doing it. If you can't get straw, don't use hay. Hay has grasses, it contains seeds. That's not going to help the situation. You could use chemical-free dry grass clippings, a lot of leaves, yard debris, mound it up, cover it to protect the tubers from being exposed to the sunlight, which will make them green. So I'm going to finish this up and show you what I got when I get done. All right, so I've harvested the potatoes. This bed was about 2.5 foot wide by about 11, 12 foot long. Most of them were sitting on top. I did have to pop a couple up with the fork, and I did pierce a couple even though we weren't digging in the ground. So there was some that was a little subsoil, but that can be a factor in any situation. So this basket weighs about 4 to 6 pounds. Let's just call it that. More of the smaller potatoes, which is what we expected. All white potatoes in this instance. We didn't have any reds. I thought we had planted some reds in that grow bed there. So no-dig potatoes, it works well if your conditions are good, you got good soil, and you've had good luck with potatoes. If you haven't had good luck with potatoes, you're still going to get a harvest, but you have to decide, like us, whether it's worth it or not. And for us, it's not worth it to plant a lot and expect a good return, because it just hasn't happened for us for a number of years. Thanks for watching. Remember always to rate, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.